Hello, hello, hello. Today we'll be learning how to race Weenays. I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face. Hello everyone, it's Benny, and well, the Weenay races are on Triple Money NRP this week. And I thought, I made a sort of like, I guess a sort of like guide on how to race like the classic land races. Why not the Weenay races? And I was thinking I could do this in the future too with stunt races and, should ever come to it, air races. I've considered making tutorials on how to be more competitive in certain modes. So with out of the way, let's go ahead and start this race. Now, something worth mentioning is, if at all possible, try to find one that's like non-contact enabled, because it's the same with any races. You know, it's so annoying when, you know, non-contact is not enabled. Everyone is able to push everyone around, and it's just really annoying. It ruins the competitive atmosphere. People play really dirty. So if you are the host, please enable non-contact. I'm begging you, because like, people join the races, they want to be competitive, and then people play dirty. That's unfortunately just a sad truth. You let people play dirty, they do that. So please, if you want a fair race, non-contact. Now, this one was a standard race. I did happen to win, so I thought this would be a perfect way to showcase how to be competitive. Now, you won't win every race, obviously, but this will help you be way more competitive. So, enough monologuing. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, first things first, if you have a custom vehicle, use it. That's going to give you a huge advantage. When you have the upgraded vehicle, you can have a better top speed and acceleration. The handling will be more or less the same, but since this is mostly straightaways, you're going to need that buff. So, custom vehicles, always, if you can. If you don't, then I guess if you're the host, just disable custom vehicles to make it fair. Either way, custom vehicle if you have it. If not, I don't know what to tell you. You probably could still win if you're skilled enough, but that would take some extreme skill, which I don't even think I'm capable of. Anyway, starting off. So, alright, now everyone knows at this point, I'm sure, that by pressing the throttle right as the sign says go, you get that speed boost. What a lot of people don't account for is this absolute cluster frick. Yeah. Not everyone does that with the acceleration. So when you start off, if you can, try to start off and angle your car in a way where you can avoid the crowd. Because let's face it, people are going to crash into each other. It's going to be a mess. In fact, at the start of the race, it's a good idea just in general to avoid the rest of the crowd. Go around them, weave around them, stay a little bit behind if you have to, but avoid them, because it's just gonna be a clusterfuck. See? Just like I said, those guys crashed into each other, caused a chain reaction, everyone crashed. So now, I'm in between 4th and 2nd, just entered 1st. Pure luck, honestly. That just happened to be luck. Alright, so here we go. I'm in the top 3. See what I mean? See what I mean? Playing dirty. Then again, may have been an accident, but it's really hard to tell. People play really dirty, especially in stunt races. Now, props, just avoid them in general if you can. The props that cover up the whole road, those are just going to take practice. Now, these light turns, okay. So because these races are restricted to the Weenay Raecees, I highly recommend owning one. Just for the sake of learning to control one. Let's face it, no one wants a tiny weenie flopping everywhere and distracting everyone. Am I right? So anyway, buy a Weenay Raecees eventually somewhere down the line. You know, you'll eventually have enough money to get one. Practice with it. You know, it's the old saying, practice makes perfect. There's usually a lot of hairpin turns and tight bends on these tracks. And once you spin out with this thing, it is very hard to get out of that spin. So keep all of this in mind. Tight turn coming up. I recommend practicing with these tracks too. You know, play a lot of these, get better, learn the tracks. Eventually you'll get better at handling the car in the process as well. Now I messed up here. I didn't realize this was up ahead and I crashed and the other guy got ahead of me. Now something important to remember is that whoever is in first place in, in standard races, they will usually have a catch-up effect on, meaning that that specific player's top speed will be lowered while they're in first place. Whoever takes first place after them has their top speed lowered a tiny bit, and so on. Basically, whoever is in first place will have a inhibited top speed. So keep that in mind. That can actually be used a lot for strategy. You'll see what I mean close to the end of the race. Alright, so here we go, pipe. Now, a lot of people don't know how to handle these pipes. Go on the outside edge and just ride it along. Yes, it's technically a longer path, but because you're still going full speed, you'll have way more momentum. Keep an eye out for these like speed bumpers and stuff. Those actually do slow you down, but here's the thing. They'll slow everyone down. Now, that could play into strategy if you know what you're doing. There also depends on circumstance as well, but, you know. Thought that was worth mentioning. Alright, the loop-de-loop coming up. Now, when you're doing these, just go straight in. Don't turn, if you're going to turn, just inch the wheels, just to adjust if you're off. But do not turn when you're in these loops, whatever you do. You mess up, you spin out, you wreck, and then you have to respawn. It's just not worth it. And like I said, you know the old saying, the quickest way from A to B is a straight line, right? So whenever you're going through checkpoints, keep the straightest line that you can. When you're going through props, try to keep an image. Here's what I do. Keep an image in your head when you see the props coming up. Keep an image in your head and try to predict where the prop's going to be when you arrive at it. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but you're going to have to get good at dodging props because there are a lot of those in these races. The way I like to do it is I like to think of it as pretty much traffic. It's just an obstacle in the game that moves and that I need to avoid. And since it's in a predictable pattern, I can, I can make up for it and I can change my directions to adjust. It's just one of those things I think you'll get better at with practice. Keep the straightest line that you can. A lot of these checkpoints are going to be straight lines, so keep that in mind. Now, as you can see, I'm in first place, and this guy is slowly catching up to me. That's because catch-up is on. Currently, right now, as you're watching, my top speed is ever so slightly inhibited. That's why he's able to catch up. Also, a combination of that and slipstreaming. As you can see, someone's doing it right now. This was actually a really close finish when I did this. Now, you can see he's getting very close to me. As you can see, yup, he's trying. He is really trying. And just like that, someone else knocked him off. Call it karma. So that's something else worth mentioning. If you think someone's about to cheat, if you think someone's about to try to slip you off the track, keep a close eye on them. Obviously, watch the road, watch the track. Make sure that you don't knock yourself off the track. But just watch them too. The last thing you want is someone else's weenie touching your weenie. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Anyway. Stay on the outside edge, get that momentum going. Another thing worth mentioning, by the way. When you're doing a jump, try to keep the car level. I know a lot of people are going to try to do some crazy flips, get some points or whatever. It's honestly not worth it, because, at least the way I see it, if you mess up with the stunt and you flip your car, then that's going to throw you, like say I'm in first right now, that would throw me probably into 4th or 5th, and I would not be able to recover that. Loop coming up. Remember what I said. Do not turn. If you are going to turn, make it very tiny adjustments. You can see I had to do a little bit here. But tiny adjustments. You do not want to make too big of adjustments, otherwise you're just going to spin out. Keep a straight line between the checkpoints. This is good strategy for stunt races too, by the way. Another good tip, by the way, that guy made a mistake. When he got close to me at that speed bump, again, this is where strategy can come in. I purposefully placed my car close to a point where I knew he would want to go. And I made it so that he accidentally pushed me. Because he didn't remember that speed bump was there. I did. So I got a little bit of a boost from him. See, that's what I mean. You can actually be really strategic with this kind of stuff. Keep a straight line, just like I said. Straightest, the shortest path between 2 points is a straight line. Remember that. Avoid all props, by the way. Doesn't matter if it's a sign, doesn't matter if it's breakable. The props weigh something, and that weight will slow you down if you hit it. Remember, mind your corners. Now, at some points, you can just go full throttle, because the corners won't really matter. But you gotta try to know, like, what your car is capable of. Boost coming up. Always try to hit the boost when you can. Those are definitely worth hitting. As you can see, I messed up a little here, which is, again, why I said don't even bother trying to do crazy stunts, because it's just not worth it. You flip your car the wrong way, you mess up, and then you'll never get it back. Alright, now here comes a really intense moment, and at this point, if you're at a point like this, you just gotta combine all the strategies from before, and you gotta try to improvise a little. And unfortunately, I did have to slide some, but I managed to get past him. And see, there it was again. He tried to push me again. I'm telling you, these people play dirty, but that was just like instant karma. And what's funny was that he actually disliked the job and left. I didn't get to show it here in this video because I stopped recording by the time he left. But it was honest to God funny. I mean, that's kind of what you get. You know, the old adage, cheaters never prosper. Like, come on, man. Stop stop flopping your weenie all over the place. I'm not sorry. Anyway, enough of the stupid jokes. So that's basically how the SC races work, and it's pretty much just stunt races, but with crazy cars, honestly. And there is a bit of strategy involved, but this is honestly even easier than regular races. I still miss the regular land races. I wish Rockstar would bring those back and give like a money bonus on those. But anyway, that's it for now. I thought I'd just make this quick video as like a little how-to on how to be competitive. It's not a serious money guide or anything. I just thought this would be fun to make. But that's it for now. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe to support my channel. That's it for now. I'm out. Stay safe, guys.